Unscripted.
Clearly, Sony knows what they're doing. They're doing something right. Obviously, the PlayStation 4, absolutely the front runner and the winner of this entire generation. You also have the PlayStation 5 outpacing the Xbox Series S and X at a 3-to-1 margin already, even though it's still early. And they opened a second wave of pre-orders today at various GameStops, which sold out in minutes due to the limited supply and the high demand. So I think it's safe to say that Sony have an idea of what gamers want, and gamers in turn want PlayStation consoles and PlayStation games, so it shouldn't really come as much of a surprise when some big news breaks or Sony kind of lets something out of the bag that maybe they weren't intended to release just yet. But this is some fantastic news, and I think a lot of people are going to be very impressed with this, and it puts Microsoft a bit in a problematic state due to the fact that it's doing things, the PlayStation 5 is doing things and offering things that the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S just simply cannot do. It's simply not capable of, simply not available. And Sony, again, is really kind of pushing Microsoft on their back heels because, again, they obviously know that Microsoft isn't capable of doing these things. So this should be a fairly interesting video. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I certainly do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel and it means a lot to me personally. If you're looking for a way to support a small channel such as mine, the best thing you can do is a like. That's honestly it. You can like the video. You can take a second to consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. You can hit the bell so you're notified of all the content when it comes out. I do daily content, folks. That's a video every single day. So you don't want to miss that. Trust me. It's awesome. It's, well, I wouldn't say awesome, but it's pretty good. Maybe give myself a little too much credit. It's okay. But hey, okay is okay in these trying times. Am I right? Okay. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody in between. You are fantastic. You are amazing. Give yourself a pat on the back. I mean, seriously, you are fantastic people. I've loved the interaction with each and every one of you. Keep it coming. If you want to hit me up on PSN, Xbox Live, Twitter, I respond to everybody on those places. So yeah, you know, it's been fantastic, and I'm so appreciative of all the support and things like that. So thank you very much. With that being said, obviously there's a lot of cool things going on with PlayStation, and they sort of leaked some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes on their own blog. Look at this. They've launched a blog page to accompany the PlayStation blog with a view into the company behind PlayStation, and you kind of get an idea of what's going on, and they're going to share a lot of news and things like that, including interviews with the team behind some of the most popular games, and they're kind of letting some things out of the bag as well. If you guys didn't know, like, Sony is all out on this stuff. I know a lot of people are a little bit disappointed with some of the cross-gen stuff, and I think that that's kind of lame as well, you know, especially with some of the miscommunication. But with that being said, you know, time and time again, we've got to sit there and go, well, even if they were a little bit misleading with the cross-gen stuff, 3 games are going to be cross-gen, unfortunately, which means they'll be held back by the old hardware. They still have games that aren't cross-gen, and obviously when you have a first year, like within the launch year, meaning from November 12th, 2020 until the November 12th, 2021, to have the following games, you know, Astrobot, you have Sackboy, you have Demon Souls, you have Godfall, you have Destruction All-Stars, you'll have next year as well, because like I said, this all supposedly follows within that 1-year launch zone. You'll have Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, you'll have Gran Turismo 7, Kenna, you'll have God of War Ragnarok, you'll have Horizon Forbidden West, you'll have Gran Turismo 7. You'll also have timed exclusives if they happen to make the release date, like Final Fantasy 16. You'll also have stuff like Ghostwire Tokyo, as well as Deathloop, which are timed 1-year exclusives on the PlayStation platform. So that's a heck of a lineup for the first year. Very reminiscent. Like, a lot of people ask me, why did you buy an Xbox One over the PlayStation 4 at launch? And I had to be honest about it. It was that launch lineup. We knew early on what games were coming to Xbox One within that launch year, and I did. You know, it was fantastic. It was Forza Motorsport 5, Dead Rising 3, Killer Instinct, Rise Son of Rome, Titanfall, Sunset Overdrive, Halo Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 2. It was just a fantastic lineup of games, and Sony's is very reminiscent of exactly what what was said and what needed to be done, and they did a fantastic job with this. I can't say enough good things about how they were able to handle that. So they sort of are leaking the inner workings of there as well, and they also had a patent that actually shows what the PSVR controllers are going to be next generation for their PlayStation VR 2.0. It's not really a secret at this point, but Sony's definitely going to create some brand new virtual reality controllers. The PlayStation Move wands obviously have served it well, but the tech is 10 plus years old. If you think about it, they repurposed them really well, in my opinion. You know, the heck of a job repurposing those. And the new PSVR is going to obviously to serve something better. The platform holder is set to produce a brand new VR headset for use with the PlayStation 5. But until we learn more, we get an idea of this leaked patent that kind of came out, and there's images that are included. Of course, all this stuff is going to be linked in the description below, folks. That's what I do. That's who I am. The controller concept falls in lines with what we've seen before. Back in February, Sony filed a similar patent for more advanced VR input tracking, and more recently revealed that finger tracking is currently being researched. Now, in this latest bit, it looks like the design incorporates finger tracking on the central grip, while an outer ring supports a few sensors that the PSVR headset can track in order to accurately position your virtual hands. So, if you guys remember or have played virtual reality with the PlayStation VR unit, you'll know that it can get kind of clunky at different times when it comes to when it comes to being able to track your hands and stuff. Like they'll be floaty, or it's hard to kind of accurately represent your hands. Different things can kind of come into play, so this is going to be much more accurate. This is actually very similar technology to Valve's Index controllers, and even these concepts drawings look really close, which is cool, because if you're going to have something that's going to be interactive, you want to be able to have something that's designed like this that looks amazing. We're not sure exactly what the final design looks like, but this definitely looks like it's going to be much more applicable than what has been used with the the Sony Move controllers. So this is very good news, very awesome stuff to actually consider with what we've been able to see from Sony and just from in general with their technology. And I got to say that I'm pretty thrilled to be able to see like exactly what they're going to be offering. Again, this is stuff that we've never seen before in a console, and especially with console VR. So it is a very awesome time and kind of cool to see all these things kind of coming together in this particular way. So they've done a fantastic job with that. Realistically, I hope that one day Microsoft can get on board with what Sony's doing here. I mean, they did promise it with the Xbox One X, and then they really failed to deliver. But at the end of the day, hopefully they can come back and sort of come up with an idea to smooth things over with fans. I know right away when I bring that up, a lot of Xbox fans will go, well, nobody wants it. It's a niche product. Have you checked cloud gaming? That's incredibly niche, even more so than VR, but Microsoft has no problems doing that. So, I would just point out that there's several flaws in that logic ointment, folks, and we are seeing incredible rises in the actual way that these companies are able to benefit from VR. So yeah, they've done some incredible stuff with this. There's some incredible things coming in. There's rumors that we're going to hear about PlayStation VR 2.0 at some particular point over the next 2 years, and I think that makes a lot of sense. If you just look at what Sony's doing, it also could come at a time when Sony is planning to do and offer a PlayStation Pro 5 or whatever, a PS5 Pro, something along those lines. I would fully expect them to do something like that at some particular juncture, just because if you're going to want a more powerful PlayStation for more powerful VR. And the more powerful your hardware is, the better VR is going to run on it, and I think it's just going to make things much smoother and easier to sort of implement for everybody and everything going forward. So not only that, like I said, they have this habit of leaking this stuff. They were also putting up kiosks all over the place now where you're able to kind of demo Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on the PlayStation 5 itself. I think that's phenomenal news, and that means we're getting ever closer to being able to accomplish all the things that we want to accomplish as fans. Again, no company is perfect. I don't know how many times I state this, but Sony has had some missteps. Not nearly as many missteps as Microsoft has, but at the end of the day, it really just comes down to who's making the games. The content is the most important thing out of everything, So yeah, Sony messed up with the Spider-Man situation, and they messed up with the pre-order situation a bit, just like Microsoft, and they've also miscommunicated a bit about the belief in generations while still doing 3 cross-platform games. And honestly, I think they would have gotten less trouble with that if they would have had something like Destruction All-Stars and Sackboy and Astrobot as the cross-gen games, and not something like Horizon Forbidden West and Miles Morales. I feel like that's something that is realistically gonna kind of come back to bite them in the butt a little bit. I mean, look at all the problems they're having with the upgrade stuff already. People are complaining. If that would have just been a PlayStation 5 game, I don't think there'd be any issues. You could just play with the enhanced version or whatever. So I think that would probably be the better way to go. But at the end of the day, people are going to hate on what they don't like or what have you. But I think that Microsoft is trending in the right direction. Sony's doing a lot of things right. Both have things that they can improve on. But at the end of the day, I do feel like Sony's got the content aspect right, and that's the most important thing for me personally. So I know that's probably the most important thing for you guys as well. I'm going to link all this stuff in the description below. Please stay safe, happy, and healthy, and thank you so much for joining us on this fantastic day. Game on, my friends. Game on. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.